Good morning. Good morning. One more time. Good morning. All right. Thank you for joining us. If you have not done so already, please, as Richard said, put your clothes back on and then turn off your phone. Or turn off your phone and then put your clothes back on. And as Robert Blue always says at Founders Meeting, if you can hear my voice, please. So I've got a joke that was sent by Michael Jacobson, and Michael Jacobson isn't here today. I wonder what that says. Oh well. We'll look at this joke anyway. So a woman with small boobies buys a finely carved mirror at an antique shop and hangs it on her bathroom door. The next morning, she playfully says, "Mirror, mirror on the door, make my boobies size 44. There is a flash of light, and her boobies grow to enormous proportions. She runs to tell her husband what happened, and in minutes they both return. The husband crosses his fingers and says, "Mirror, mirror on the door, make my manhood touch the floor." There is a flash of light, and both of his legs fall off. Thank you, Michael Jacobson. So, any newcomers, any first-time visitors? Miss Patty?
Yes, absolutely, and they're all from someplace else. From Abby AJ's office, we have Brenda, who is from Jamaica. This is not a good day to get steps in. Not a lot of people.
I don't know, looks like you're doing pretty good.
Some people consider this out of the country, but it isn't really. We have Michael from Brooklyn.
So, another reminder, save the date, June the 7th, the Nova Health Fair is going to be in this very room. You really need to be part of that. It's wonderful. And also, DKD Med is still doing some studies for gentlemen over 50, and I don't know if that affects anybody here. But if you've got more information, it pays $200. Have that up here. It's not the third Tuesday of the month, but Teresa with Congressman Moskowitz's office is here.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be with you. On behalf of Congressman Moskowitz, he sends regards. I wanted to just tell you he had a virtual town hall last week that went really well. A lot of different questions answered. We had hundreds and hundreds of questions come in. Some of them were duplicated, so we tried to go through them and see which ones were different. You'd want to ask the same thing about Social Security. Medicare was a big one. Some veterans questions. We had some about the LGBTQ community. So we're working together to try to help and continue to fight the good fight. I just wanted to always encourage you. I'm here once a month. I didn't make it last week, only because I was in DC for a district director conference, learning a little bit more about how we can do better things in the district to help the community. And I got to see the congressman up there. He is planning to come here. We don't have a date yet, and I know I keep saying that, but we will, hopefully soon. I know you guys there's some people traveling right now, and you guys have some snowbirds away, so we're hoping maybe for August. And I'll be working together with your team here and to do that. So have a wonderful day. I wish you guys all the best always, and feel free to come back. I'm right next to Abby's table there, and happy to help with anything you might need. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. And nice to meet you. And we have something very new this morning. Come on up, Michelle and Brenda. This is going to be a monthly occurrence.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
Good.
Good. Fabulous. My name is Michelle Diallo, soon to be Torres. I am Board Community Engagement Manager at the Tax Collector's Office, and I just wanted to give you a few pointers, a few dates, that way you guys have a better understanding of what our office does. So as the tax collector, as a whole, we go over your property tax, and we take your payments, and we also go through business tax, auto tag renewals, and next summer, there's no official date just yet, but our tax collector office will be in charge of the DMVs in Broward County. My colleague Brenda, she's going around right now. She's going to be passing out a flyer to everybody, just so you're aware. But yes, the biggest concern right now in Broward County, I know everyone is having trouble getting appointments for your driver's license, because there's a new requirement for the star in the corner so you can travel. So please make sure that, although we're not taking over that right now, that you can get that done as soon as possible. And then when our office does take over, it'll be more smooth for you guys to do any sort of renewals or any replacements as for our office. And just so you guys know, again, with auto tag renewals, we have our office in Plantation. It's right off of Sunrise Boulevard, right next to the high school. So if you have any renewals for, your car renewal, or you just brought your car from out of state, that will go through our office as well. So our office does a lot of things for you as a community in general. And if anybody has any questions, please come see myself or Brenda in the back corner, and we'll be happy to help you. Okay?
Thank you so much for with us. Wellness, Danny.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. So, unfortunately, I have some bad news today. Yeah, we're sliding into the final days of Masturbation Month. And I sincerely hope that you all have taken the time to get in touch with yourselves. But don't panic if you haven't still celebrated this month. There's still time to take matters into your own hands. Literally. So now, while May has been about solo pleasure and mental health, tomorrow, May 28th, is like the holy trinity of awareness days. Why is that? Because not only it is the official Masturbation Awareness Day, hands where I can see them, or not, but also it is World's Menstrual Hygiene Day and the International Day of Action for Women's Health. That's right, tomorrow is for the ovaries and orgasm. It's a day for pleasure, periods, and power. What a combo. And while I know most of us are fabulous, seasoned gay men and don't menstruate, that doesn't mean we shouldn't keep talking about women's health. Because supporting our lesbian, bi, trans allies, and non-binary community members means understanding what they go through every month. And trust me, uterists have been through it. So let's bust a couple of myths, shall we? Number one, you can have sex during your period. Not only can you have sex during your period, some folks actually feel more aroused during their period. So if everyone's comfortable with it and into it, go ahead and paint the town red. Vampires are the only ones who can enjoy a little red. Myth number two, menopause means sex life is over. The only thing menopause means is Mother Nature finally stopped charging you monthly bills and rent. Loop, libido-friendly habits and communication can still keep the fire burning hotter than a Florida summer day. And the last myth is only women need to know about menstrual health. Everyone should know about how periods, menopause, and reproductive health impact people in our lives. That's called being compassionate, a well-informed lover, or at least a decent human being. So we gotta know a little bit about it. Now, let's link all of this back into mental health. Because let's be honest, whether you're battling cramps, or your inner demons, our brains need as much TLC as our genitals. When we ignore our mental health, our sex life suffers, and we get disconnected, interested, and sometimes just downright cranky. Which is why next week, on Tuesday, June 3rd, we're inviting you to our next town hall here at the Pride Center. It's going to be from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. And it's going to be both in person and virtual on Facebook Live. Because we're all about options in here, just like in the bedroom. And here's what's on the menu for that day, and I'm not just talking about snacks, okay? We're gonna have expert tips on mental health, physical, and spiritual resilience. We're gonna have 7 interactive wellness stations where you'll be able to experience and boost your toolkit. Also, we're gonna have practices for finding meaning, purpose, and that ever elusive thing called calm. You're also gonna get real tools for people trying to thrive and not just survive. And a full room of people that won't judge you for needing a nap, a therapist, or a vibrator. So whether you're coming in for our meditation or for the masturbation tips, we've got you. And as always, have fun with sex, make it your own, but please do it as safely as possible so you can do it for longer. Happy Tuesday.
Thank you, Becky. Our Women's Pride Coordinator is not with us today, so we will see her next week. We have our activation specialist, Shawn White.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope you all had a great Memorial Day weekend. Had fun and enjoyed it, but it's great to see all of you here again today. So I have a few announcements to make. I want to start again. I know Bruce just announced it, but I have several questions about it. So the NSU Health Fair, Saturday, June 7th, 9 to 1. There is an email address here to contact somebody at NSU if you have questions. It does go to the correct contact person, Nicole Stark. And we have flyers here with the QR code if you need help registering. So if you have any questions or issues with it, you can come see me after the program today, and I'll be happy to help you out. So, save the date. Got a couple events coming up here. One Thursday, June 26th. We're going to work with AARP. They're generous enough. They're going to be generous enough to do a fraud presentation here, a scam and fraud presentation, because it's very prevalent all over the country, but particularly here in South Florida. Okay, so registration will commence soon. Be on the lookout for that because seating will be limited. It'll be here at the Pride Center. There will be light bites and snacks. It'll be a very informative presentation to give you some tips on how you can protect yourself and prevent being a victim of scams and fraud. That's going to be June 26th. Yes, here at the Pride Center, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Next event, I'm excited about July 4th. It's going to be Independence Day Pride Cookout. Okay? So we're going to be working with the residences next door. It's going to be a great cookout. It's going to be sponsored by Wish of a Lifetime. We're going to have hamburgers, hot dogs, wine, beer, other beverages, non-alcoholic beverages. So it'll be a very fun event. Should be great food, a great time, music, all that good stuff. It will be on the holiday at the residences in the community room next door on July 4th. And then the last thing I want to bring up is, I know my colleague with Sage of South Florida, Lisa, has mentioned it already, the Senior Pride Day. That's coming up June 21st from noon to 5 p.m. It's going to be at Hagan Park. It's a collaboration between Sage of South Florida, SunServe, and the Pride Center. We're very excited about it. It's coming along well, and it's going to be great food and entertainment. One thing I want to mention, though, is that we'd like to honor seniors who kind of played a role historically in the LGBTQ community. So if that applies to any of you or anybody you know, anybody who may have participated in Stonewall in '69 or the Harvey Milk era in the 70s in San Francisco, anybody who participated in ACT UP events or the ACE quilt in the 80s, If you participated, know anybody who participated in it, or were adjacent to it in any way, we'd like to hear from you. So see me afterwards, or anytime leading up to the event, or Lisa, and we'll be happy to, to get you to participate. So that's it for now, and see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Shawn. Speaking of AARP, this is Betty from the Bronx.
Thank you so much. That was pretty loud for the few people that are here. I liked it. Thank you. I wanted to talk about a couple of things this morning. Now, I passed out some information, flyers about the rate, the FPL raising the rates, and there's a free postcard inside. I have a few left. I'll have more next week. But there's a free postcard inside, and you send it, and we're going to make sure that they get a lot of them. So we really appreciate if you could do that. NARP is sponsoring that. And free postage on the postcard, of course. Also, about the fraud event, how many people have been getting messages that they have to pay their tolls even though they don't own a car? It's amazing, isn't it? So, you know not to click on it, and you know that you shouldn't be responding to it, but they keep sending them. And actually, my daughter got caught, and she paid like $3. It was really crazy amount. It was silly, but she paid the money, so somebody's got $300 somewhere. So I just wanted to mention that. And there was something else, but of course I'm old and I forgot. So, and getting older every day. I wanted to talk of the wish of a lifetime. Charlie Siegel is our local representative who promotes that, and it's a wonderful thing. And guess what? Guess who's getting a wish of a lifetime? And it's pretty good. I'm not ready to share it. I'm waiting for more information. They told me I was approved, but I want to see it in black and white because it's really expensive and I could never afford it myself. So that's really wonderful of them. And I've heard of other wonderful things they're doing. So the next time Charlie comes, pay attention. You may get your wish. You don't know it. And no, it has nothing to do with what Danny talked about today. Not that kind of wish. That you're on your own. Okay? But thank you for listening. You're all great. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you, Betty. We have a special events coordinator, Anna you.
Good morning, happy Tuesday, how are y'all? So we finally made it. It is Hard Rock Drag Brunch week. It is this Sunday at the Hard Rock, and we have tons of fun things happening with it. We'll be raffling off a 1.10 carat diamond from our Genesee Jewelers. Also, trips to Puerto Vallarta Hard Rock, a trip to Bogota, Colombia. So there's tons of reasons to come out and support us from the Pride Center. And also our honorees, the R Fund Foundation, Equality Florida, and Anna Navarro from The View, which will be there, so we are very excited for this. So if you are interested in joining us, there are QR codes on your tables, or you can see Rebecca and I, and we'll be happy to help you out. But other than that, happy Tuesday.
Thank you, all of you. It is time for our CEO, Mr. Robert.
Well, good morning, everyone. So, Danny, I'm not angry. I'm just having menopause. It is a thing. Let me tell you. Alrighty, so, did you know that tomorrow is National Senior Health and Fitness Day? Yeah. How many of you go to the fitness class that is here on the campus? Well, you probably, because it's going on right now, so kind of hard to raise your hand. But anyway, tomorrow, let's be healthy. And then also on the 31st is National Smile Day. Remember that? May 31st, just walk around with a smile. But my favorite one is on June 1st. National Say Something Nice Day. So some of the things that people have said to me that are being very nice are, you you aren't as fat in person as you look on the camera. Or, you know, not everyone can get away with wearing what you're wearing. So, just remember you can say something nice. So, I don't know if you saw in the news, there's a new book, documentary that is coming out. It's called Hick, and it's not from someone who's from the country or anything, but it's about the reporter Lorena Hickok, who was Eleanor Roosevelt's long-rumored romance friend for over 30 years. So there's like 3,800 letters that they wrote back and forth to each other, sometimes twice a day. So I'm not connecting the dots there, but I am. So,
A girlfriend's name is Elena Hickok.
yes, it was.
Elena Hickok.
Elena Hickok. Did it? Who remembers Roosevelt and Elena? Anyone? Lorena? Yeah? Not personally? Okay. So, all right. So some of the bad news, but then I'll clean it up with some good news. So some of the bad news, Project 2025. I know. So, in the regards to Project 2025, so they have completely completed this task, which was in the intelligence community. It's kind of an oxymoron here. But they ordered the temporary clearance to be given to senior staff, so they did not have to go through any background checks. They also revoked the security clearance of 50 former officials who should have remained in the know. And this one, prohibit the intelligence community from monitoring so-called domestic information. Disinformation. Domestic disinformation. So they're allowing you to spread rumors. That's what it means. And then, not started, but renegotiate the intelligence sharing protocols with the EU. So, yeah, God forbid, we remain in contact with our allies in the European Union so we can share information. They're going to stop that. And then the last thing is transition to using artificial intelligence to analyze information. Anyone know who has an artificial intelligence organization company that might be benefiting from this?
Could his last name start with an M?
You know, both of you are correct. It's me after I go for a run. I smell musk. But I don't run, so I smell like musk. So good news. Mending on a positive note. Maryland repealed the outdated HIV crime law, and they are the 5th state to do that. Did you know that in the rest of the states, you could be charged if you are HIV positive and have sex with someone and don't tell them? Now, there are still other laws to protect everyone, but just because you had HIV, you could get sued. You could go get charged with a crime. But Maryland is one of the 5 states that have repealed that archaic law and made it safe for those of us that are HIV positive. So that is my ending on a good note. I want to thank you. I love seeing all of your shiny faces this morning. Have a great week.
Thank you, Robert. Our sponsor today is Allegro, Fort Lauderdale. Michael, Alex, come tell us what's going on in your big, brand new, beautiful place.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Thanks for having us. So I'm Michael Halpner. I'm the executive director at Allegro, Fort Lauderdale. So we are right on North Federal, close to Sunrise. So y'all know where the Audi dealership and the Caddy dealership is. We're right there across from J. Alexander. So So we've been open a little more than a year and a half.
J. Marks.
Oh, J. Marks, not J. Alexander, J. Marks. So we've been open a little more than a year and a half. We have 188 apartments. And we have assisted living, independent living, and memory care available. And since we are so close, obviously, to your community, my community, Wilton Manors, we're very LGBTQ friendly. So in some settings like ours, some of our seniors feel compelled to go back into the closet. And Allegro Fort Lauderdale is not like that. If you move into our community, you can be free to be who you are. So I'm going to let Allie tell you a little bit more about our community.
Touch on the fact that we have independent living, assisted living, and memory care, but there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be included in the monthly fee. So we have different apartment styles, studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, water views, non-water views. We have all different activities, yoga, steam rooms, sauna. So a lot of things that all our residents can be a part of. So please, if you would like to come by and take a tour, see one of the great things that are happening at Allegro. We have an outdoor pool. We're right over here. So if you have any information or any questions, please stop by.
Thank you very much, and thank you for sponsoring us this morning. So we are missing Miss Blanca this morning, but the total for the raffle is $179, your share $90. And y'all know I'm blind in my right eye, so I can't be seen. Well, I know you're going to be listening. Alex and Michael will be staying here to answer any questions you might have. Teresa is in the back, and our tax collectors, Miss Michelle and Miss Brenda, are back there. So feel free to stay and talk with them. The winning number is... I can't see. It is 110-773-29. 110-773-29. We have a winner. That's it for the morning. Please clean your junk off the table. Anybody else's junk off the table? Have a safe week. Turn your phones on. We will see you next Tuesday.